Magandang gabi. Ang ating pong pag-usapan sa ngayon ay si Duterte. Akalain mo po, ladies and gentlemen, sumikat ngayong March 11, si Duterte. Isang taon niya sa pagkahuli niya mula sa Pilipinas at pinatapon siya sa diheg. Akalain mo, kakahiya, lumabas na kakahiya ang Pilipinas, kakahiya si Bongbong Marcos sa ginawa nila. Bakit po? Ang nangyari po ay noong March 11 ay isang taon nang inaresto na illegal si Duterte at tinapon sa diheg. Akalain mo ba? Naging topic pa siya ng debate sa United Nations Commission on Human Rights na affair doon sa United Nations. Bakit pag-usapan nila si Duterte? Ang human rights researcher ng Japan ang nagsalita at may mga kwento pa na hinahambing nila si Duterte sa naisa siyang tinatawag na modern Lee Kuan Yew. Ang tawag sa kanya modern Lee Kuan Yew. Maraming mga galit kay Duterte, of course magagalit yan. Pero marami din mga maka-Duterte na natutuwa dyan. Ang concern ng Japanese International Human Rights Researcher ay human rights violation daw ang ginawa sa paghuli kay Duterte na walang warrant of arrest sa lokal na korte at pagtapon sa kanya sa ICC. Kaya pinapanawagan nito na dapat i-release na si Duterte. Kumbaga, yung concern ng human rights debate ay papunta doon sa ina-address sa ating bansa, Pilipinas, sa sa ating presidente sa ngayon. At syempre pa, in-address din po sa ICC, International Criminal Court. So ngayon, bago natin ang tawag po sa meeting na yun, 26 meeting, 61st session of Human Rights Council. So, umpisa natin sa umpisa. Andon yung mga representante ng mga bansa, ng mga organisasyon sa human rights sa buong mundo. At umpisahan natin siguro sa kung paano mag-umpisa ito. Dito natin umpisan. Okay. I-produce ko yung introduction. Pagkatapos diriso tayo dun sa portion ng Japanese representative na nagsalita na tinawag diyan na isang matinding issue ng human rights violation ang ginawang paghuli kay Duterte na walang warrant of arrest galing sa lokal na korte. At isa pa diyan, ito'y nakakataba ng puso sa mga sumusuporta kay Digong Duterte. Ito naman ay siyempre masakit sa loob ng mga anti-Duterte. So chill na lang kayo, kahit saan kayo nakatayo, makinig na lang kayo.
Improvement, limiting terrorism to intentional.
With the Special Rapporteur on the promotion and protection of human rights and fundamental freedoms while countering terrorism. We proceed with the list of speakers. Accordingly, I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Armenia.
Welcomes the Special Rapporteur and thanks for the presentation of the report, which provides valuable analysis around the necessity for common
Anyway, stop
definition.
ko lang yan. Ipinapakita ko lang yung pag-umpisa ng event. At yan ay 26th meeting ng 61st session of Human Rights Council sa buong mundo. At dadalhin ko na kayo direkta doon sa turn ng Japanese na ang nagsasalita. Ito na po.
I now give the floor to the representative of the International Career Support Association.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand here to denounce a grave injustice. Rodrigo Duterte, 80 years old, former president of the Philippines, who bravely fought illegal drugs to protect millions, has been unlawfully removed from the homeland and held in a prolonged pre-trial detention by the ICC in The Hague. This is a political persecution and not justice. The current administration extradited him without due process, bypassing Philippine courts and violating national sovereignty. He was extradited without any due process. Incidentally, since March 11, 2025, exactly 1 year ago today, this elderly leader has endured detention, separated from family, and serious health issues. Global rallies and protests in The Hague and throughout the world demands the interim release, which has been unlawfully denied by the ICC 3 times. This over 1 year pretrial detention raises profound question about compliance with the Rome Statute's guarantees of human treatment and speedy trial. It is an affront to human dignity and the abuse of international justice for political ends. We urge this council to demand humanitarian review and interim release of President Duterte. Justice must be fair, not a weapon against the people. The majority of the Filipino voice will not be silenced and depressed. Thank you very much.
So, ganoon kasimple lang. Mamaya-maya ulitin natin. Damdamin natin. Ang unang tanong ko dito, bakit yung ibang bansa ay tinitingnan nila ito na pang-aapi? Sa Pilipinas naman, mga anti-Duterte, hindi raw ito pang-aapi. Bagkus ang pumapasok sa utak nila o sa isip nila ay, paano naman yung mga pinatay sa panahon ni Duterte? Yun po. Tapos may mga usapin pa na, alam niyo ba kung bakit? Mahal ng karamihan ng mga hindi Pilipino si Duterte. Yan ang katotohanan. Nakita na natin ngayon. Sapagkat isa ang tingin nila, they adore, they love Duterte as the nearest equivalent of Lee Kuan Yew. Apparently, sikat si Lee Kuan Yew sa buong mundo. Akalain mo naman, ang liit-liit ng Singapore kasi laki ng Metro Manila. Nagawa niya maging economic superpower. Ganon po si Lee Kuan Yew. At tinutukoy nila si Duterte na modern Lee Kuan Yew. Kaya, kuan na to, iiyak naman to si Cab. Sinong Cab Bergie Piquero? Bergie, asa na ba yung litrato padala mo sa bertini.kausing@gmail.com? Ibenta natin ang yung sa property diyan sa Antipolo Hills. So, iiyak naman ito si Cab. Sino si Cab? Si Conte, Andres at Butuyan. Iiyak naman kayo. Matanong ko nga kayo, bakit gusto ng ibang bansa si Duterte? Huwag na natin pag-usapan ng mga Pilipino. Bakit gusto ng ibang bansa si Duterte? Bakit? Ito pa, may balita pa kung isa. Pagkatapos ko rito isisiwalat itong balitang ito, may iba balita pa kung isa patungkol din kay Duterte. Ito ay pinakabago. Magugulat kayo rito. Ulitin natin. Damdamin natin itong sinabi ng Japanese Human Rights International researcher. I-play natin ulit. '61st session of the United Nations Human Rights Council, the United Nations Office at Geneva, Switzerland. The illegal detention of President Duterte by the ICC. Biro mo naman. Pinahiya ang ICC dito.
I now give the floor to the representative of the International Career Support Association.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand here to denounce a grave injustice. Lodoli Godloa Duterte, 80 years old, former president of the Philippines, who bravely fought illegal drugs to protect millions, has been unlawfully removed from the homeland and held in the prolonged pretrial detention by the ICC in The Hague. This is a political persecution and not justice. The current administration extradited him without due
Galing ha. This is critical persecution. It is not justice. Yan ang sabi ng Japanese na international human rights researcher.
process, bypassing Philippine courts and violating national sovereignty.
Pinoint out talaga, binaypas ang Philippine courts. Tsaka binayolate ang national sovereignty. At hindi ganun ginawa ang International Criminal Court. Ginawa yan para sa human rights. Tapos magiging gamit kayo para lumabag sa human rights ng isang tao. Ang rights of the accused ang pinaglalaban ko rito, batas ay batas. Murder suspect man ang tao, wala kang karapatan arestuhin basta walang warrant of arrest. Grabe. Nakakahiya para sa Pilipinas itong binanggit ng Japanese delegate. Ulitin natin ang sinabi ng Japanese delegate. Yan.
I now give the floor to the representative of the International Career Support Association.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand here to denounce a grave injustice. Lodoli Godloa Duterte, 80 years old, former president of the Philippines, who bravely fought illegal drugs to protect millions.
Okay ha? I stand here. Ulitin natin. I stand here to denounce a grave injustice.
Injustice. Lodoli Godloa
Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 80-year-old former president of the Philippines,
Duterte, 80 years old, former president of the Philippines, who bravely fought
illegal drugs to protect millions.
Has been unlawfully removed from the homeland and held in the prolonged
Has been unlawfully removed from his homeland
and held in the prolonged pretrial detention
and held in prolonged pretrial detention by the ICC in The Hague.
This is a political persecution and not justice.
This is a political persecution and not justice. Yan po ang binanggit ng Japanese researcher. So ngayon, basahin natin itong text ng balita. On March 11, 2026, during the general debate at the United Nations Human Rights Council, Shunichi Fujiki of the International Career Support Association, the senior researcher of the International Research Institution of Controversial Histories, delivered a statement calling for the immediate release of former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte. Mr. Duterte was unjustly detained at Manila Airport exactly 1 year earlier on March 11 of the previous year and has since been subjected to continuous human rights violation for a full year. The detention of President Duterte is unjust, even under international law. Moreover, no trial has been even held within the Philippines, making the International Criminal Court's intervention utterly unacceptable. International institutions are, in principle, supposed to handle only matters that cannot be resolved through domestic judicial processes. Therefore, the ICC's actions constitute an improper interference in Philippine national sovereignty. Furthermore, the current Philippine President, Bongbong Marcos, is exploiting this situation in an attempt to end the political life of former President Duterte and his family, who still enjoy overwhelming public support. Such proceedings should never take place at the International Criminal Court. This is precisely why Mr. Shunichi Fujiki is making these efforts and raising awareness on the matter. Kitams? Pakinggan.
The current administration extradited him without due process, bypassing Philippine courts and violating national sovereignty. He was extradited without any due process. Incidentally, since March 11, 2025, exactly 1 year ago today, this elderly leader has endured detention, separated from family and serious health issues. Global rallies and protests in The Hague and throughout the world demands the interim release, which has been unlawfully denied by the ICC 3 times. This over 1 year pretrial detention raises profound question about compliance with the Rome Statute's guarantees of human treatment and
Anong klase Rome Statute pang human rights law ka? Tapos mag-violate ka ng human rights? Anong klase? Alam ng ICC yan na ang lahat ng akusado ay may karapatan. Hindi dapat i-allow ng ICC ang illegal arrest. Sa batas nga ng ICC, sa Article 59 ng Rome Statute, nag-uutos na bago dalhin sa ICC ang isang akusado na huhulihin, ay dapat idaan muna sa lokal na korte. Na hindi ginawa ni Bongbong Marcos. Walang ibang sisihin ito at ikukulong kundi si Bongbong Marcos. Sa Article 59, number 1, nagsasabi, a state party which has received a request for provisional arrest or for arrest and surrender shall immediately take steps to arrest the person in question in accordance with its laws and the provisions of Part 9. Ang pag-aristo, sinasabi at inuutos nito na dapat basihan ang ating batas. At kung batas natin ang pagbabasyan, dapat kumuha mo na sila ng warrant of arrest sa ating korte. At yan ay hindi ginawa ni Bongbong para lang sa kanyang pamumulitika na mamamatay na ang Duterte at hindi na mananalo. At dahil sa kagustuhan nila na sila na ang mananalo sa 2028, ginawa nila yan ng paglabag ng batas ng kinatawag yan human rights law. Hindi lang ang may karapatan human rights law, hindi lang yung mga namatay sa war on drugs. Pati ang mga pulis na hinuli may karapatan sila, lahat po ng akusado may karapatan po sa human rights. Na hindi pwedeng arestuhin na walang tinatawag na warrant of arrest galing sa korte natin. Ano yan, Bongbong? Kakahiya kayo. Ulitin pa. Sige, at Mr.
speedy trial. It is an affront to human dignity and the abuse of international justice for political.
An abuse of international justice for political ends. Political ang lahat. Nakita ng international organization na United Nations Commission on Human Rights na pamulitika lang ang pag-aresto. Kaya ang tawag dito, political abuse. Matindi ka.
Ends. We urge this council to demand humanitarian review and interim release of President Duterte. Justice must be fair, not a weapon against the people. The majority of the Filipino voice will not be silenced and depressed. Thank you very much.
Yan ang salita ng Japanese rapporteur. Alam mo, ibang bansa, nagkipaglaban pa para sa kay Duterte, tapos kayo, hindi kayo magkipaglaban kasi ang iniisip niya, pamulitika. Yung mga kakampik, pamulitika, ayaw na bumalik ang Duterte, nasawala na sa kanilang radar ang paggalang sa karapatan ng akusado. Yan naman talaga pag-adik ang presidente. Natatakot siya. Baka maging presidente baka siyang unang itukhang. So ngayon, ano masasabi natin yan? Ano masasabi natin yan? Isn't it na nakakahiya sa atin? Ang Pilipinas ay hindi marunong gumalang. Ang puntos niya, number 1, may korte naman tayo. Bakit hindi? Bakit inagaw ng ICC? nakikialam ang ICC na may sarili naman tayong korte. Yan ang punto ni Mr. Konichi. Tapos, ang pangalawang punto niya, alam naman ng ICC na illegal ang aresto at bakit panghawakan pa ng ICC? Yan ang puntos ng hapon na yan. So saan tayo mangyayari dito? Ay itong United Nations Commission on Human Rights na itong mga nagsasabi. Sila na ang sumisigaw. Hinihingi nila sa ICC na tingnan nila na maigi. Saan ka makakita? Tatawagin ka International Criminal Court. Tapos ang iyong mandato ay magpaparusa sa mga tao na gumawa ng kasalanan laban sa human rights. Pagkatapos, papayagan mo ang paglabag sa human rights sa pag-aresto na walang warrant. O ito, isang tanong ko pa. Ang Venezuela, member ng ICC. Pakisagot mo nga ang comment mo. What are your thoughts about this, Pagari Amil Motalib? Ang Venezuela ay kasapi ng ICC. Kinidnap ni Trump ang presidente ng Venezuela. Anong ginawa ng ICC? Wala. Ang Ukraine humingi ng tulong sa ICC. Ang mga bata galing Ukraine ay kinidnap din ng mga tauhan ng Russia na si Putin. Tauhan ni Putin. Dinala sa Russia para bigyan ng edukasyon na magiging Russians. Kasi ang salita sa Ukraine at salita sa Russia ay parehong Russian ang salita. Kaya gusto nila na mga Ukrainian ay lalaki na igagalang titingalain ng mga ang Russia. Akalain mo, pinalabasan nila ng warrant of arrest sa Putin. Hindi naman member ang Ukraine ng ICC, pero humingi lang ng tulong. At hindi rin member ang Russia kagaya ng Amerika. Bakit? Si Trump walang warrant of arrest. Bakit si Putin may warrant of arrest? Di ba? Oh, ang Palestine, member ng ICC. Ang Israel, hindi member ng ICC. Bakit pinalabasan ng warrant of arrest si Benjamin Netanyahu? At bakit si Trump wala? Tapos, hindi na member ang Pilipinas ng ICC. Bakit nagpalabas kayo ng warrant of arrest sa Pilipino na hindi na member ang Philippines ng ICC? Okay lang sana yan. Kaya lang pinayagan ng ICC ang bawal na pag-aresto. Dito kayo pupuntusin. Maaring may dahilan kayo paano na kaso itutuloy, but you do not have any right to cause the arrest of a person without warrant in our local court. Tingnan natin. Pakinggan natin ulit yung Japanese na to. Bakit ang Japanese international researcher, si Sunichi Fujiki, ay interesado masyado sa Philippines? Pakinggan natin ulit. Tayo hindi. Ito pakinggan mo. Dali lang.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand here to denounce a grave injustice. Lodoli Godloa Duterte, 80 years old, former president of the Philippines, who bravely fought illegal drugs to protect millions, has been unlawfully removed from the homeland and held in the prolonged pretrial detention by the ICC in The Hague. This is a political persecution and not justice. The current administration extradited him without due process, bypassing Philippine courts and violating national sovereignty. He was extradited without any due process. Incidentally, since March 11, 2025, exactly 1 year ago today, this elderly leader has endured detention, separated from family, and serious health issues. Global rallies and protests in The Hague and throughout the world demands the interim release, which has been unlawfully denied by the ICC 3 times. This over 1 year pretrial detention raises profound question about compliance with the Rome Statute's guarantees of human treatment and speedy trial. It is an affront to human dignity and the abuse of international justice for political ends. We urge this council to demand humanitarian review and interim release of President Duterte. Justice must be fair, not a weapon against the people. The majority of the Filipino voice will not be silenced and depressed. Thank you very much.
Yan. Very clear yan. The doctrine of bene detente or bono detente must be thrown away. Hindi na dapat titingnan yan. Dapat, pag ikaw ay human rights court, dapat hindi ka mag-commit ng kasalanang human rights. At dahil kinimit ninyo, pinaaresto nyo, hindi nyo binigyan diin na dapat itapon ang kaso laban kay Duterte sapagkat hinuri si Duterte na walang warrant of arrest. May basis po ito. Number 1 basis. United States, kaso ng United States versus Toscanino. Yung kaso ni Toscanino, siya po ay drug lord sa Uruguay. Hinuling siya ng walang warrant of arrest sa Uruguay at dinala sa Amerika. Anong nangyari? Binasura ng United States Supreme Court ang kaso laban kay Toscanino sapagkat illegal arrest ang nangyari sa kanya bago sa dinala sa korte. Ano pa yung iba nangyari? Ipang sample. May example pa. Yung Ibrahim versus Minister. Nangyari po ito sa South Africa. Si Ibrahim, Mr. Ibrahim ay inaakusahan ng crime against humanity dahil po sa kanyang policy na inimplement niya na apartheid. Ano ba yung apartheid? Yung hinihiwalay mo mga taong puti sa taong itim. At kung ano binibigay na privilege sa taong puti, hindi ibibigay sa taong itim. Yan ang paghihiwalay, the separation of colors. Bawal yan, discrimination yan. Kaya, kinasuhan si Mr. Ibrahim. Pero, hinuri ng walang warrant si Mr. Ibrahim mula doon sa Swaziland at kinidnap siya, pinasa sa South Africa. Anong nangyari? Tinanggihan ng South African Court ang akusado na binitbit sa harap nito. Kasi ang rason, they are a court. They cannot allow the doing of any abuse of human rights. Kaya tinanggihan nila. So ano na yan? Hindi po yun AI. Kayo ang AI. Official meeting po yun ng United Nations Commission on Human Rights. Para patunayan sa inyo na hindi AI, ipakita ko sa inyo ang buong meeting. Ito yung buong meeting. Kinuha ko lang ang part ng Japanese ang nagsalita. Ito po yung buong meeting.
Terrorism. Armenia
Yan, isang buong meeting yan.
Excellencies, distinguished
So
participants,
ano pang AI sinasabi mo
I
dyan?
hereby declare open the 26th meeting of the 61st session of the Human Rights Council. Excellencies, distinguished participants, we will
Yan.
now continue the
Meeting yan, ha?
interactive dialogue with the Special
Okay,
Rapporteur on the
itakbo na
promotion and
natin.
protection of
Yan.
rights, we shared analysis
Yan
that
ay
vague or
Swiss
too
naman yan.
broad definition
Nagsalita. Ito naman, Venezuela nagsalita.
uncoordinated criminal gang
constituting
Oh,
a
ito
clear
naman.
case of
Anong
extrajudicial
bansa
killing
nagsasalita?
and the
Republic
large-scale
of
destruction of critical civilian
Islamic,
infrastructure
Islamic Republic.
apparently aimed at
Cooperation remains essential to
Ito naman,
effectively counter
Bangladesh.
terrorism while safeguarding
We have stood alongside
Ito naman,
Palestinians and their advocates for decades as terrorism allegations have been used as pretext to suspend their human rights and clamp down on their freedoms. And today we represent families of victims killed by U.S. strikes on fishing boats in the Caribbean. The lack of a definition for terrorism does facilitate the weaponization of the law against politically
so dito naman, ni-raise ng concern
disfavored communities.
na
But as we have seen this
yung terrorism, na pag-enforce ng terrorism ng batas ay ginagamit sa pang-aapi ng tao.
year alone, from the U.S. to Palestine, refining the definition is insufficient to the scale of the problem. The conception
Ito naman,
Ongoing lethal U.S. military attacks on civilian boats in the Caribbean Sea and the Eastern Pacific Ocean have killed more than 150 people.
yan ha.
and 2025. All 5 victims now remain forcibly disappeared or face torture. The Special Rapporteur's new definition offers critical improvement. Limiting terrorism to intentional killing, serious injury, or hostage-taking would exclude much conduct currently prosecuted. Yet definitions alone cannot stop the practices mentioned. This council must act to ensure
Yan.
essential facilities such as the port of Mukalla, the arrest of journalists, restriction on freedom of expression, and the suppression of peaceful protests in Aden.
So, grabe, no?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Distinguished delegates, members of the Human Rights Council, and representatives of civil society, colleagues, and friends. It is an honor to present my latest thematic report on international collection of personal data.
Ayan, personal data naman sa kanya.
Extraction.
comments and observation on the report of
Mongolia.
the special
against violations, no matter where they come from. As you rightly point out, our international data collection does not stop at borders, so our response must be international.
International framework capable of ensuring accountability and effective
naman,
protection against abuses related.
Thank you. I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Ecuador.
To scenarios of dysregulation.
Recognizes that the cross-border nature of data flows creates regulatory gaps that lead
numerous violations of human rights, including the right to privacy or undermining sovereignty. In addition,
cited in your report are particularly relevant for countries such as ours, where
Iran yun.
Cross borders operate as if they are not bound by
accountability mechanisms in all contexts.
The disproportionate impact, treating personal data as a toxic asset.
India naman ito. So anyway, pinapakita ko lang sa inyo itong buong meeting para yung nagsasabi rito na AI, papahiya kayo. Hindi po AI yan. And for the last time, pakinggan natin ang sinabi ng Japanese sa paghahangad ng katarungan para kay Duterte. Ito po. Ay, dali. Hindi nyo nakita din. Dali lang. Akala ko yun na.
and protest.
Ulitin. Ayan na po.
I now give the floor to the representative of the International Career Support Association.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand here to denounce a grave injustice. Rodrigo Duterte Duterte, 80 years old, former president of the Philippines, who bravely fought illegal drugs to protect millions, has been unlawfully removed from the homeland and held in a prolonged pretrial detention by the ICC in The Hague. This is a political persecution and not justice. The current administration extradited him without due process, bypassing Philippine courts and violating national sovereignty. He was extradited without any due process. Incidentally, since March 11, 2025, exactly 1 year ago today, this elderly leader has endured detention, separated from family and serious health issues. Global rallies and protests in The Hague and throughout the world demands the interim release, which has been unlawfully denied by the ICC 3 times. This over 1 year pretrial detention raises profound question about compliance with the Rome Statute's guarantees of human treatment and speedy trial. It is an affront to human dignity and the abuse of international justice for political ends. We urge this council to demand humanitarian review and interim release of President Duterte.
Ayan, UN na mismo nag-demand. Magdidemand ang UN sa ICC na ilabas na si Duterte.
Justice must be fair, not a weapon against the people. The majority of the Filipino voice will not be silenced and depressed. Thank you very much.
Yan. Yan, hard fact. That is a hard reality. Wala tayong magagawa dyan. Mas concerned pang ibang bansa kaysa sa atin. So with that siguro, it is up to you. I leave that to you for your decision. I will not insist. Pero magsasabi lang ako na illegal po ang ginawa sa pag-aresto na walang warrant of arrest. Ganun lamang po. Pakilike lang po at babalik ako po kagad. Ang sunod na topic natin, tatrabahuin daw ni Trump na ilalabas si Duterte. Yan ang kasunod na balita natin.